Like we have been discussing, the government has defended the proposal to convert the country's public debt to a share of the gross domestic product. Speaking to the media after his lengthy budget speech in Parliament, National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Professor Njuguna Ndung'u says the move was in line with global best practices on debt limit policy.
As the country yearns for economic growth and live within its means, the ballooning stock of debt remains a matter of concern for Kenya Kwanza administration. It is against this backdrop that the government is sticking with plans to change the public debt ceiling from a numerical number to a ratio of public debt to GDP.
We say that we should have a debt anchor at 55%. But then, from a policy perspective and operationalization of that policy, we should have a range. Now, for you, when you look at it, you can tell where is Kenya in relation to the debt anchor.
As at May this year, the public debt had passed the 9.4 trillion shilling mark in what is now pushing the country closer to the 10 trillion shilling mark it had set as debt ceiling a year earlier. According to the government, the shift to the proposed debt anchor aligns with global standards. With debt servicing costs eating close to 70% of all collected revenue, the government is convinced that the proposed debt policy is what is needed to ensure sustainability of the country's debt.
So we are defining a clear-cut policy that you can look at objectively even yourself. You'll be asking, just like you objectively, you can say inflation is high today. Why is it high? It is above the 7.5%, isn't it?
The push to change the country's debt policy comes barely a year since the ceiling was increased from 9 trillion shilling to 10 trillion shillings in June last year. Dennis Otieno, Citizen TV.